Brand.
Wow, I gotta say, thank you so much. You're an extraordinary leader, and I'm so grateful for your vision and your doggedness and your persistence and your hard work and bringing this coalition together. It really matters, and thank you for that. I want to recognize all of the elected leaders here, and I don't know if I have you all, but I have Congresswoman Bush, McClellan, Garcia, Ballant, and McGovern. Did I miss anyone? No, good. And Jackson, right behind me. Yeah, but he's right here. He's right here. He's right here. Yeah, no, I always say we always need a few good men. It makes it very nice and very great. I want to recognize some of our dignitaries that are with us too. Zakiya Thomas, our president and CEO of ERA Coalition and Fund for Women's Equality. I want to recognize Christian Nunez, the president of the National Organization for Women. I want to recognize Claudia Nachega, who is of Generation Ratify. This is an incredible coalition that we've built around this resolution, and I want to thank you all for being leaders and being advocates and making a difference. This is a fight that women have been waging since the foundation of this country. It's a fight that was continued by extraordinary leaders like Sojourner Truth, who became the first African-American woman to successfully stand up for herself in court. It was carried on by Alice Paul when she was arrested and imprisoned for protesting women's suffrage and for writing the ERA. It's a fight that's been waged since by Ida B. Wells, who refused to give up her train seat to a white person and became one of the best investigative reporters in history. And one that continued when Mary Church Terrell became the first African-American woman to serve on Washington, D.C.'s Board of Education. These are just a few of the shoulders that we stand on. Just a few. It's been 100 years of people working, struggling, speaking out, demanding, not giving up, not giving in, and persevering. Today, it's a fight that continues, especially after the Supreme Court abandoned nearly 50 years of precedent with the Dobbs decision that reduced more than 50% of the U.S. population to second-class citizens. They declared that 51% of this population does not have equal rights, does not have rights for reproductive care, does not have rights to health care, that doesn't have basic civil liberties and bodily autonomy, and no right to privacy in any sphere of their lives. That's been pushed by ultra-right-wing legislators around the country to deny women the right to travel, the right to privacy in their emails and communications online with their mothers, the right to travel across state lines to bring a 10-year-old girl to a state to get safe abortion care after being raped. That right to privacy is being denied in every sphere of these women's lives. Given the events of this past year, it might seem surprising that we're actually just one signature away from correcting all of that. One signature would constitutionally prohibit discrimination on the basis of sex and prohibit states from continuing to strip away every single one of our constitutional and human rights. Today, we are calling on the Archivist of the United States to perform her duty to certify and publish the ERA as the 25th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution. With this resolution, we are making clear that the Equal Rights Amendment has been properly ratified. We're making clear that it has met the two requirements in Article 5 of the Constitution. One, that it has passed both houses of Congress, and two, that has been ratified by the necessary number of states, and that the so-called deadline in the preamble, which is not duplicated in the text where it has been in other constitutional amendments, should not be considered as valid. The ERA Now resolution is a blueprint for real change and speaks to the progress that we are making in the states, including in New York, where we have a ballot initiative prohibiting sex discrimination in all forms in November 2024. We know that an equal rights amendment works because New Mexico's Supreme Court struck down a state law restricting state funding for reproductive health services based on New Mexico's own ERA. And we know that solutions such as the ERA should be the model for democracies and Democrats everywhere as we continue to fight for reproductive rights. At a time when half of Americans in this country do not have equal protection under the law and our rights are being systemically attacked, we need an equal rights amendment now more than ever. We need it for the worker denied equal pay. We need it for the patient experiencing a miscarriage and needs an emergency DNC. We need it for the women fighting sex discrimination without the protection of strict scrutiny in our courts. And above all, we need the ERA to make sure that the hard-won civil liberties, everything from gay marriage to Title IX to the right for reproductive health care, access to birth control, fertility treatments, and contraception can no longer be eroded, either now or in the future. This resolution has been over 100 years in the making. It has come from the blood, sweat, and tears of the leaders who have sacrificed for generations before us. With this resolution, we affirm our right to a constitutional equality and proclaim our God-given right to true equality. Our next speaker is Sylvia Garcia.